I need to go through all my fabrics. Either I need to find a replacement fabric or just drop the design altogether. If I have to drop a design because I can't find a replacement or I don't love the original, I'm going to be dropping a whole collection. This is one of my favorite parts of the process, where I actually get to hold the fabric in my hands. This entire time my designs have just been a sketch on paper or an idea in my head, but now I actually get to feel what I am producing. This is in the making, season 26. One collection, two perspectives, every detail. This is where I get to select my fabrics that I'll be using for each design. Fabric is where a collection comes to life. The weight of the fabric, the texture of the fabric, and the way that it moves. That all changes everything in fashion design. And that first impression matters too. So if it doesn't feel right in my hands, I know it won't feel right on my body, so I won't choose it. And while this fabric is beautiful, I don't want to choose something just based off its beauty. I want that feeling when you feel the end garment with this fabric to feel effortless. And when you put it on, I want you to feel just as beautiful as the fabric does. When it comes to reviewing my fabrics, I'm not just looking at the color. I'm thinking about that in production. So I'm thinking about things like, will it wrinkle after like 5 minutes of wearing it? Will this fabric shrink? That's a huge one. And does the drape of the fabric match what I sketched out for my design or what I envision in my head for my design? I also like to feel the hand of the fabric, the softness of the fabric, or how stiff it is, how much it stretches. These are just some of the thoughts that are going through my head as I am reviewing my fabrics to decide what makes the cut or not. I need to go through all my fabrics. It's a box of swatches for potential fabrics for my season 26 collection. So I need to go through them, see if I like the fabrics just as much in person as I did when I saw them online and when I started designing into them. Because if I don't like them, I'll have my work cut out for me. Either I need to find a replacement fabric that can now fit into the design or just drop the design altogether, which you know I design a full collection around specific fabrics. So if I have to drop a design because I can't find a replacement or I don't love the original, I'm going to be dropping a whole collection. Or I should say capsule, not a collection. It's a capsule within my collection. You know how in most of my designs I talk to you about how I select my fabrics. I fall in love with the fabrics first, and then I design into those fabrics that I love. But when it came to my basics capsule, I didn't actually select the fabrics before designing them. Partly because I've already done basic collections plenty of times, so I kind of have an idea of what fabrics I'll be using for my basics. But those fabrics still need to be sourced. And for season 26, I wanted a timeless fabric that can be a signature for this collection. So when you see my basics capsule, you'll know that that's my basics. So now let me go ahead and look through some of these options that I have here. This rib knit fabric is one that you guys have gotten to see in a previous video because I kind of given you a glimpse of my fabric swatches already. So this is one. When it comes to my basics, a lot of times I use a rib knit. But you know, with the Live and Proof collection, it's all about natural. It's all about showing living proof, and I want living natural fibers. So this one right here, while it has a ton of colors that I can choose from, which is another key when it comes to the basics because my basic designs come in various colors, it has good stretch. The rib is a little big, which is something I will use more for fall than spring. But the bigger issue with this one is that it does have poly in it. It's a cotton blend, so a cotton poly blend. I'm trying to go as natural as possible. Some of them may have spandex in them, which is not natural. So I'm trying to avoid that too. But this one was one that I did get swatches for. This one is most likely being dropped because of the poly in it. It doesn't fit the theme of my collection. Now I did get a bunch of other rib knits. So as you can see, this rib is definitely much smaller. That one's probably like a 2x2. This one's not as soft as the other one. It's kind of more stiff. Now this one is 96% cotton, and it does have a little span in it. So technically, oh, this color's pretty. but it does have a decent stretch in it, and given that it has a really good give, this one will give really good shape to the body, which is perfect for like my basic dresses. So this one I may use even though it does have spandex in it. There's one more rib knit that I'm waiting for. So I actually found a vendor that sells all natural fibers, no synthetics, and they do have a rib that has no spandex in it, but it does have four-way stretch. So I'm still waiting on those swatches to come, but that might be it. This is a good contender, definitely better than using that first one. I have a ton of colors. I think I actually have more colors in this one. I'm looking at fall colors, not spring, but I definitely have more colors in this one. Here we go, spring, than I do in that other one. So this is an option. So this one I'm going to put to the side because I may actually sample one of my designs in that fabric. Now I did mention I want a timeless fabric, so it doesn't have to be rib. Rib is known for basics, but I do have some other options. So I do have this low gauge knit. I have a couple of these. Oh, this one's fully synthetic though. I didn't even realize that. This one's so soft too, but I didn't notice that, so let me put that to the side. Okay, here's one that is another natural one. This one's cotton products, cotton fabrics. Oh, this one is soft. I was gonna say it's not soft, but this one's a waffle. So this one, I don't know if you'll see the texture in it, but it has a texture to it. It's not truly basic, but it'll be really good for fashion basics, and being that it has a good stretch to it with a good give and it has a nice hand to it, this would be a good one. So I'm definitely going to sample a few of these colors. And going into more of the fashion ones, this is a jacquard knit. So this one has a texture to it too, and as you can see it has a bunch of spring colors. So this one's a really pretty one. This is one I wanted to consider for my season 26 basics, at least for some of the items. So this one I'll be sampling also. This one's also a pretty one. This is actually a rib knit, but as you can see it does have a different look to it, so it's not the typical. And this one's a much lighter weight as opposed to the other ones are a little heavier. This is a lighter weight, so this would be better for spring. So this is a really good contender. Then I have this one, which only has 12 colors, so it's not as many colors. It's another low gauge knit. Don't know if I'll be using this one. Oh, actually this is 100% poly, so I won't be using that one. And then this one feels more like a sweater knit, and most of the colors are fall-like colors instead of spring, so I won't be using that one either. So I have a couple rib knits I'll use, and I have a couple more fashion basic fabrics that I'll be using, but I'll be using those to actually create samples that hopefully you guys will get to see soon. But I'm not selecting my main fabric for my basics yet, just because I do have one on the way that I'm really waiting for, and I truly think that one is going to be that it fabric, that fabric I said I'm looking for. When you see my basics, you'll know those are my basics. The one on the way I think is going to be that fabric. I don't just pick fabrics because I like them. Trust me, there are a lot of fabrics that I've fallen in love with and have yet to use them. I focus on matching my fabrics to the design. So does that fabric make sense for that design? Is the end outcome going to match what I want it to do? So for example, if it's a crop jacket, it needs some sort of structure to it. So does this fabric have structure? Or a wrap top that I need movement on. Does this fabric move enough to be able to wrap it? Living Proof is a collection with purpose. And as you saw in phase 1, every fabric that I'm using plays a role in that purpose. If the fabric doesn't match what I need for my collection, it won't make the cut. I don't care how pretty it is or how much I love it. If it doesn't fit the Living Proof concept, it gets dropped. There's some of the fabrics that I originally chose for the season 26 collection. Now, when I originally started searching fabrics just to see what catches my eye and what I fall in love with, I didn't have the actual concept for season 26 yet. So the Living Proof concept did not exist. I just started falling in love with fabrics and started creating designs. And then after came the Living Proof concept. So now I have fabrics, which you can't see because I have them on the floor right now. Don't ask me why I'm working on the floor. But I have fabrics that no longer fit this concept. So now I actually have to go revisit those fabrics too, because I either need to find replacements for some of my capsules, or drop the capsules altogether. So now you get to see where my process of elimination starts coming in. I always over design and then eliminate. I shouldn't say necessarily eliminate. Sometimes I use them for a later collection for something else, but they get dropped for their original use. So one of the fabrics I know I had to revisit. Where is the right color? I wanted to show the color that I originally designed it. I don't know where it is, but okay, so this loop terry that has the checkered print. If you have been watching in the making so far, you know I have a full capsule called Check Her based around this fabric. This is a beautiful fabric, super soft. One of my hero pieces is from this fabric. Problem is, this fabric is a blend. It's a cotton poly blend, so it doesn't fully fit living proof. Now it's a beautiful fabric and I really like it and I like the capsule I created with it, but it's not going to work. And that collection's getting fabric all over me. And that collection is supposed to come with solids, so this loop terry is also a cotton poly blend. So I'm gonna have to replace both of these. Now, I did find this French terry that is also checkered, so it does still fit the Check Her capsule. And this one's 100% cotton. The only problem is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but it doesn't have that loop terry texture on the front like I want for this capsule. That was like the main reason I chose this. This one, it doesn't have that feel to it. It is still a French terry though, it's just not a loop terry. And the checker is like printed on here where you don't feel that on the loop terry as much. So I don't know if I quite like this, but I'm going to sample my hero piece in this one and see how it comes out. Maybe I'll like it when it's sampled, but I don't know. So I have a dilemma for one of my capsules already. Another one, which I don't even think I've shown you guys this capsule yet, is my denim capsule. The denim I chose it because it has colored denim as well, so it'll be good for spring. And it's also a lightweight denim and it does have stretch to it. Again, the issue I'm running into is it's a blend. It's cotton poly and span. It's majority cotton, so part of me feels like go for it because it is majority cotton. But I've also worked the denim world and I know that I can get a cotton span denim because I do want some stretch to it. I don't want a rigid denim, so it's going to have some spandex in it just to give it a tad bit of stretch. But I can find one without poly. So now I have to revisit my denim as well. And there's a few other capsules that I know I'm going to have to go back and revisit. I have the full box on the floor. I'm going through all those fabrics now. But I will say this is one of the cons of choosing your fabrics first and then creating your collection, because you may have to keep going back. For me, I don't mind it because I still love the designs that I created and I know I can find an alternative. These were just the originals I saw. There's so many fabric vendors out there and they're fabric mills too. So I'll get what I need. It just may take a little more time. And now it's time to make those final decisions, which can be nerve-wracking, but it has to be done. So after testing and pairing each fabric with the design, I go ahead and I make my selections. I confirm those final choices with the factory, answer any questions that they may have, and it's now time to prepare to make those first development samples. The decision here is very important because if I don't choose the right factory, either I have to start all over again from the beginning or just drop the design altogether to save time. So now that I've gotten my fabric selections out of the way, I can now go focus on branding. So I gotta focus on my name tags, the garment labels, any bags, stickers, any inserts for marketing that I need to include. Whatever I want to do for this is the time now. And because Living Proof has a true purpose for it, and this is like a comeback collection for me, I'm putting a lot of thought into this packaging. So this is going to require a lot of attention from me. Those little details are truly going to matter in order to give the end customer the experience that I truly want them to feel when it comes to Living Proof. So next episode, you'll get to see me actually designing that custom packaging and my entire thought process behind it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going all in when it comes to my packaging. So make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss this.